Like, you're not even enjoying the game anymore, in my mind. Like, you just, a lot of times, people just be disrespecting for no reason. And I do agree with Trey where, especially the players getting into the media, like, why are you doing the same thing that everyone was doing before? That doesn't make sense. Trae Young and Patrick Beverley, right? There's been some things going on where Patrick Beverley had on his show. They were talking about the All-Stars, and then he insinuated that the All-Stars basically don't care about, basketball like that, especially during like All-Star weekend and stuff like that. He was just like going at the All-Stars, and then he mentioned Trae Young. He talked about Trae Young and how he's a bad teammate. Teammates don't even like him, and he talked about Trae Young because there was a tweet out. He posted a tweet, and then Trae Young responded to that tweet and basically said, he said, relax, man, let the All-Star speak for themselves. Basically, because Patrick Beverley was basically insinuating that the All-Stars don't really care about basketball like that. So then Patrick Beverley got on his podcast. Now he went into Trae Young, talking about how he ain't win like that. He don't win this. He don't win that. Patrick Beverley, Trae Young shouldn't be talking to him like that because, he's not even, winning on the same level as him. And it was just weird. I'm not going to lie. That was weird from Patrick Beverley. So, yeah, that happened. And then Trae Young had a response video, man. And I'm not going to lie. It was like I seen a video that was like 11 minutes long. But when I say Trae Young went in on Patrick Beverley, and I mean he went in on him. He's saying, bro, you had James Harden, LeBron, Russ. Who else did he say? Paul George, Kawhi Leonard. He hit him with and you ain't went to one conference finals, bro? He said, I went to a conference finals in my 3rd year. And then I'm not going to lie, you got to watch the video. Trae Young was going in on him. And then he's talking about how, and Trae Young, he kept repeating where, bro, I don't even want to do this, bro. Like, he's mad. He was just mad calm with it. I don't even want to do this, bro. I don't even want to do this, fam. Like, but, you had to say this and say we don't care. You got to let the people speak for themselves. And I actually do agree with Trae Young on that aspect, right? He said something towards the end of the video saying, basically, especially with the players, and this is the thing that actually needs to be understood, right? The players basically retiring, going into retirement, they're turning 37, 40 years old and getting into the media. Let's not do this, in my opinion, at least from my perspective, and I agree with Trae Young in this perspective of, the players, especially since you've been through it, you understand the unfair criticism that happens. Like, let's not do the same thing that past players have done or what the media does now or what the media has always done. Like, you're supposed to be here to provide a new perspective, but a lot of the players getting into the media is doing a lot of the same old stuff from before. Now, maybe that's just history repeating itself, but I do agree with Trae Young where, man, let's not do that. Like, let's bring each other up or, make it fun. I love Jeff Teague podcast, right? The Jeff Teague podcast is hilarious because, when they talk about things, they make it fun. They make it entertaining, even Gil's Arena. And maybe you can say they do talk about it in an old light. I don't see, maybe besides Gil, but I don't see a lot of, disrespecting the players. You feel me? Like, that's my thing, at least. When we're going to sit here and talk about basketball, and I've actually shifted completely to like the other side. But when we're going to talk about basketball and these players and these guys, and then you got Patrick Beverley, who's a role player, talking about like a 30-point per game scorer who also averages like 9 assists. It's in my head, it's like, what's the reason for it? I mean, what's the reason for the disrespect and the bashing? And even for fans, like, y'all fans, bro. Like, majority of people, I'm a fan. We're fans. Why are we going to be trying to disrespect these guys like that? Like, we just fans. Now, I could be honest with, like, I did a video on Magic Johnson, and people could classify that as disrespectful because I said I just don't see how his game could work. To me, I'm just being honest with his game and everything and how I see it, right? But I do appreciate Magic Johnson for what he's done and everything he's done. I just don't see how someone can be like, yeah, Magic would be the best scorer in today's league. I just don't get that. And I just provided my reasons why for that, right? But when it comes to just disrespecting people and disrespecting these great players in the league, I think that's something that everybody as a whole just got to like you're not even enjoying the game anymore, in my mind. Like you just, a lot of times people just be disrespecting for no reason. And I do agree with Trey where, especially the players getting into the media, like, why are you doing the same thing that everyone was doing before? That doesn't make sense to me. But go ahead, real talk, because you was about to go on your little monologue, but power cut out.
Oh yeah. Well, I heard you talking about like the players going into the media and doing the same thing. Yeah, I really do not understand that logic at all. Like you as a player, you complain about the media and how it operates. To go then be a part of the same media and do the exact same thing and operate the exact same way. I don't get that. And also, I will say this though, Dub. I think you talking about enjoying the game, and I think enjoying the game is the essence in the beginning of bad takes. That's why
Okay.
I don't mind them. Because what that person is doing is like they're fanned out over whatever it is that they're watching. That's really what it is. They're saying this is absolutely amazing. This is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that's part of being a fan, right? I even like when we say recency bias, I think recency bias is part of being a fan. Yeah, I just saw some of the greatest I've ever seen in my life. Like, but then you have to reel that in and be like, okay, yes, now I'll be super objective about it. But yeah, live in a moment sometimes. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
Luka scores 75 next year, I'm going to say he's the best player in the world. Will I absolutely believe it? Probably not. But for 72 hours, I will. I just saw him drop 75. You know what I'm saying? Like, what, like, I think that's just part of it. And that should be accepted. I'm sorry.
I
Like,
I agree with you where, especially with those overreactions, I think to me, I think the NBA fan base is ruining basketball to me. Because like you said earlier, like recency bias, being found out, or even bias to a player, like that's a part of enjoying the sport. That's a part of enjoying the entertainment factor of what this is. And when you take that out the game, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, real talk, like this is a game. It's just a game. This ain't life and death. No one's damning their soul. Like, no one's dying. No one's dying because you want to sit here and be like, I don't know what, Jimmy Butler is the best player in the world. Who's going to die? No one is. So then why are we over here acting like it's like so disrespectful or bashing people so hard? Bro, let them be fanned out. Let's enjoy it. This is a part of it. And that's a part of, if you really, that's a part of enjoying the sport. I agree with you, right? Like when Luka, you know me, I love Luka. I've been a fan of Luka since Reggie Jackson when he shot over him in 2020 in the bubble. After that, I was he's one of the ones. Like him doing that when they was doing the whole Black Lives Matter, that was just disrespectful to me. Like he shouldn't have done that at that time. That was just that was crazy to me. But
I was going around telling all my Houston people that Luka was better than Harden in 2020.
Yeah, bro. And that's
Yeah. I have been a Luka guy. Yeah. I'm with you.
When Luka pulling Rudy Gobert out and taking a jump shot on his mitt, yeah, Rudy Gobert overrated, bro. Screw it. Like, screw it, bro. Like, enjoy the game. And I think that's really being lost, especially with a lot of these, like, NBA talks. Like, everyone's – I'm sorry, I don't mean to diss anybody, but, like, Swiper, bro, like, everyone's trying so hard to be, like, philosophical, like they're Socrates and everything. Bro, cut that out, man. I'm good off that. Like, I'm good. I don't care about those freaking numbers, them stats and everything. Bro, is you good or is you not? Simple, bro. Is you like that or is you not? Simple. I'm tired of this nonsense. And real talk, I'm not gonna lie. The break I've had, I'm not gonna hold you. I think I've shifted completely. Because if I'm getting in them circles, I'm not gonna lie. I would just be like, bro, I don't care about what you have to say. I would literally say, man, these numbers and everything and stats and all this stuff, like, bro, why are you trying so hard? Am I lying, real talk? Like, why are you trying so hard?
I think that there's a few people that's kind of like in that lane that like Swiper does. I would say,
and I don't mean like I'm sorry. I want to.
No, I know.
I'm not
but
saying.
you know,
I'm
I
just
don't.
using it as an example.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
Swiper's still a cool and nice dude. It's just when he gets on that level, it's like I'd rather not. You know.
But I always appreciate the effort though, because it is at least trying to bring tangible evidence to an argument. And I do think there's always a balance though, right? There is some kind of, you do need facts and statistics to back up a lot of what you're saying. I'm not going to disagree with that. Yeah. But I also, like, I'm watching these players. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what the numbers say. Like, and I understand them, and I believe in a lot of them. I get it. And you bring evidence to your argument. That's fine. But you know, if you're honestly going to tell me that, like, Jokic protects the rim or isn't then I don't know. I don't know what your numbers say, but I mean, like, I watched the brother. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
I don't even want to talk about. But I appreciate the seeking of evidence to an argument. That's fine and dandy with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to always agree just because. And we're starting to get to a point, because a number says so, we believe it. And I know that sounds like contradictory or whatever, because it's a fact, but there's always context to statistics. And Dub, what's happened is that a lot of the conversation used to get put on championships and, you know, MVPs and stuff like that. But, you know, a lot of people had a problem with a winning culture. And so what happened is that we use statistics to contextualize winning, and saying that, oh, just because you win more doesn't make you a better player, because we've been fighting against that argument. But now
But the same also has to be said with the numbers too, right?
And that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm about to say. I think now, though, we've gotten to the point that we need to start contextualizing statistics, just like we contextualize like championships and winning, because net rating and offensive rating and
net rating,
and all of that, like
RTS and stuff, like, and I agree with you, real talk, right? I think, and this is, as humans, we got to be understandable. No matter which way we're going to rank, no matter which way we're going to look at things, either numbers, and even them, they say, nah, you can't just use numbers like points, rebounds, and assists, but they still use numbers. They just use different types of numbers. You feel me? Like, there's still numbers.
And they very much still use points, rebounds, and assists.
Yeah, and everyone, like, there's no way you can't use points. There's everything.
And you should be able to say, hey, if he's averaging 33, 10, and 13, yeah. I mean,
yeah, that's insane.
That means something. Like,
that does mean something. But that's where it's shifting to where, okay, I think we corrected the thought process of, all right, winning isn't everything. But now it's going way to the other side of, like, okay, now numbers are everything. And it's also not like that as well. So that's where they're, like, I think you said it earlier, where there needs to be a balance between the two. But this is the thing with human beings, where, and we never going to find that. We're not perfect. There's always going to be a flaw whichever way we rank.
Yep.
And that's why I'll bring it back to, like, just enjoy the sport. Just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. I love enjoying it. And, you know, to go back to what we were talking about with Trae Young, like, I do find it crazy that these players, these ex-NBA players, that he's probably cool with James. He's probably cool with – is he cool with CP3? I don't know. Cool with Kawhi Leonard. Cool with Paul George. Cool with all these guys. A lot of guys who didn't win besides Kawhi that I just mentioned. Russell Westbrook. He's cool with those guys. So he understands the criticism that they even go through. Why you're doing that to Trae Young? That don't make sense to me.